Hundreds of thousands of people have already died.
Over 2 million people displaced.
The number of innocent lives is more than the entire state of Kansas. I can't even imagine what it would be like if Kansas was totally wiped out.
Over 400,000 deaths in the Darfur genocide. It's a number that almost defies comprehension. For someone like me, 53 years old, it represents one life tragically cut short for each and every waking and sleeping hour that I've been alive.
In America now, I'm sure that every single one of us is aware of what happened at Virginia Tech. However, I'm not so sure that people, and that probably even half the country, is aware of the hundreds of thousands that are dying in Darfur, and they deserve just the same kind of respect and treatment and attention that we give 30 people in the United States.
And when we say we lost 400,000 people, I did lost personally family members, friends, classmates, people from my own village.
So sometimes people's eyes glaze over when you talk about the numbers, but I heard this story from individual after individual. First they say, the airplanes came and they bombed my village and they killed my neighbor, my cousin's children, and they destroyed the house next to me.
When I made a very early trip, there was a man who had been shot in the neck and in the jaw. His jaw had been pretty much blown away, and he'd been left for dead in a pile of bodies. His brother had only been shot in the foot and managed to escape, and then came back that night to bury the dead, and found his brother still alive. Carried him on his back for 49 days to get to this oasis to try to keep his brother alive.
The Janjaweed rode in, people say. They were yelling ethnic slogans. They raped and branded women in front of their husbands. They killed children. They killed men in front of their whole families.
There was a woman, Magbula, from a village called Ableha, and Magbula told me how her parents had been killed in front of her and their bodies thrown into the village well to poison them so that nobody else could ever live in that village of Ableha again. And later, the rest of the men in her clan had been tracked down, and they had all been killed as well.
So that leads to the women whom you see in the camps, whom you meet, who are carrying firewood on their heads. They say, if we sent our sons or our husbands, and the Janjaweed found them outside the camp, they would be killed. If we go with our daughters, we will only be raped.
There was a woman called Zahra, and she told me how when the Janjaweed came, they had grabbed her 2 infant children from her arms, thrown them down on the ground, killed them, killed her husband, and then kidnapped Zahra along with 2 of her sisters for a week, gang raped them, killed her sisters, and left Zahra naked in the desert after mutilating her leg to stigmatize her forever as a rape victim.
And basically, as chilling as each individual story is, what's most chilling is how similar they all sound.
It's unimaginable to me that we continue to let rape and murder go on in Darfur. Please do what you can to stop it. We can't send children into this kind of world.